Let's go live. Let's go live, OC. We've got a lot to talk about today. Brand new interview with Patek Philippe CEO Thierry Stern. Thierry Stern doing a victory lap here in a taped interview from several weeks back. Little did he know at the time that one of his main competitors, Audemars Piguet, would be in the throes of a PR disaster. Who knew 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, how much AP's reputation would be impacted by what many say is a foreseen situation and a preventable debacle. Anyway, we're going to be talking about hoodlum culture in detail. If politically incorrect topics are not your thing, I would advise you now to turn off the stream, because we're going to be talking about some political realities, some social realities, and how they relate to the watch world. We're going to be talking about culture and community, guys, something that, as you know, this channel and me personally, I'm a big believer in culture and community in this watch hobby. And we're going to be talking about how that's being perverted by hoodlum forces. And if you're watching this, by the way, if you just clicked in to watch this live stream, keep in mind that YouTube starts live streams from the beginning now. So if you want to watch us live, you might have to scroll all the way live. So if you're watching right now, just join the live stream. You might be at the beginning. Fast forward all the way to live. All right, guys, there's a link pinned at either the top or the bottom of the chat, wherever YouTube puts it these days. I have no idea what they're doing. YouTube pins the link wherever it wants to nowadays, but it's pinned somewhere, and I'm going to go through every single comment. It's been a while since I did a stream from OC Studio. I've been out. Listen, I want to thank the LA crew. I want to thank the Los Angeles crew for an amazing job last week. They really pulled out all the stops, and they put on one hell of a meetup, I got to tell you. Huge shout out to Brody, Los Angeles crew chief. Shout out to Young Brando and Style, Keslowitz, Alex, Wristwatchholic, ZD, Stan, you know who you are, Emil, Cars and Chrono. I mean, I could go on and on and on. Danny and Gabe from Happy Jewelers. Jared Cooper from the Neighborhood Watch Club. I mean, I could just name drop all day long, but the hospitality was incredible. Shout out to all those guys for putting on an incredible week of events. Los Angeles meetup was one of the best meetups. Huge props to those guys. I'm gonna have a little bit of Canada Dry, zero sugar. Canada Dry, zero sugar. We're gonna mix it up today with a little zero sugar ginger ale from our folks at Canada Dry. And this is not a product placement. We don't do product placements here. We don't take money. Not only do we not take money from brands, like the legitimate brands, we don't take money from retailers, and we sure as hell don't take money from gambling apps. That's that's truly one of the most disgusting developments that's occurred over the past week. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to my Instagram, where there's a full article about it, how some social media influencers have sold out, and they're encouraging their followers to essentially lose their life savings buying worthless mystery boxes. Hey, Butter, what's up? Butter wants to learn more about gambling sites and Swatch AP collab debacles. And you want to watch the Thierry Stern interview? This is Butter, by the way, guys. Say hi to Butter. It's my daughter's cat. But if you're squeamish about these kinds of topics, please tune away from the live stream immediately. If anybody wants to jump on, the link is pinned somewhere. Let's see who we have in the chat. Let's see who we have. We have Andy Lewis, member of the OC channel, with his customary greeting from the Lone Star State. Howdy, y'all. What's up, Andy? Oh, by the way, we have this new interview from Watches and Wonders with Patek Philippe CEO Thierry Stern, and we're gonna be playing a game throughout the course. It's gonna be a quiz/game throughout the course of this interview. So don't go anywhere. This is a good interview. He's essentially doing a victory lap for how well he's running the company. After all, he designed a bunch of new watches. He's launched a bunch of new watches. He's single-handedly transformed the company over the past several years. Andy Lewis, thank you for being here. Yo, Leonardo DiCaprio, who I didn't have a chance to bump into in Los Angeles. He's busy. He's a busy guy, but it's good to see him here in the chat in the form of his YouTube account name, YoLeo-05. He's a member of the channel. Good to see you here. You've got Logan Hall's Grill Streams. They are the hoodlums. They're the hoodlums. Guys, if you don't want to learn about hoodlum culture, then just turn off the live stream. There's other live streams you can watch. You can watch Adrian Barker. You can watch some of these other social media personalities who won't tell you the truth about what's going on in the watch hobby. But I am not going to sugarcoat it. Today is not going to be a stream of sugarcoating, guys. It's 99 degrees outside. It's 99 in the shade. And that is a song. If you can name the artist, type it in the chat. 99 in the shade. I'm in the comfort of OC Studio. I'm not even outside. It's too hot. I had the sprinkler people come today. The sprinklers are all taken care of. I dropped off the dry cleaning. Listen, it's been a very, very busy day. I did a lot. That's a full day for me. That's a full day. They are the hoodlums. Logan Hall, by the way, I'm assuming that pretty soon he's going to be unveiling or unboxing his complete new outdoor grilling environment. It's the Logan Hall Grilling Experience is coming soon to Logan Hall Grill Streams channel. It's an awesome setup. He did a phenomenal job, and I'm sure he'll be unveiling it soon. They are the hoodlums. Guys, we're going to be talking about hoodlums today. And if that bothers you, do not watch this live stream. Why wouldn't those people, why wouldn't they, referring to Swatch in this case, why wouldn't Swatch have done a lottery system or something more civilized other than just let everyone line up and expect people, that's the key word here, expect people to behave. Now, which people? Which people did Swatch and AP expect to show up in the line? That's the question. Because I was going back and forth with Britt Pierce about this. Britt told me before she was going to London that she was going to secretly go to London and cover the launch of the AP Swatch Royal Pop collaboration from London, which she did. And she left that scene extremely disenchanted about what was going on. And we've all seen dozens and dozens of videos of the people, really, we have to put people in quotations for the remainder of this broadcast. What did we expect of the people? Who were the kinds of people that were in line? Now, Britt said she interviewed a lot of the people, and not a single one of them knew what the watch was. Not a single one of them cared about the product. Not a single one of them knew what was even being dropped. They were all there to wreak havoc, is what they were. They were there to create a scene of chaos. That's what they were there to do. They were there to basically incite a riot. And the question is, Why didn't they know that that was going to happen when you saw these incredibly long lines of criminals and hoodlums? Shouldn't you have planned for had higher security, a more efficient process? And if you only knew that there were going to be 30 watches available in a particular store, why would you let like 2,000 people line up? That is a tremendous that's a very irresponsible thing to do. But they wanted headlines. They wanted headlines, Mr. Ismay. And they got their headlines. And unfortunately, I mean, Swatch got a lot of heat, but AP is not immune from the criticism. That's for sure. It is a debacle. It is a disaster. Now, there are some who believe that all publicity is good publicity, that even bad publicity can ultimately be turned into positive publicity. And I genuinely think that's usually the case. We'll see if it works out here, if they can turn this lemon into lemonade, so to speak. Yeah, but they should have. Listen, I've been to big events like that. Because I was at the Howard Stern book signing in Los Angeles, the big one, where like 30,000 people showed up, and that was an extremely well organized, efficient, orderly process. You know, you get in line, you get a wristband. The wristband has a number on it. You know, everyone's chronologically, you know, oriented in the line. No one can cut in because everything's numbered, everything's organized. There's tons of security. So this was a disaster, no doubt about it. It was a debacle of epic proportions on everyone's part there. Jen G is in the chat, member of the OC channel. Who would have thought that 2 weeks ago that this would happen? Oh, wait a minute, we did. Well, we didn't. 2 weeks ago, we didn't even know that there was going to be a collaboration, right? I think that, when did that first come out? Like the 9th or 10th, when those leaks came out. I think it was May 9th. The May 8th or May 9th was the first inkling that Swatch was going to be doing a collab, and then we started seeing the images, and holy shit, it's AP. And then we're going to drop it on the 16th. Over the past couple of weeks, it's been a nightmare, an absolute nightmare for our hobby. One of our beloved brands, Audemars Piguet, has been irreparably tarnished in the mayhem by hoodlums and criminal elements. And some argue that AP is partially to blame for catering to, appeasing, and attracting these hoodlum elements. Now, I don't know. You guys can tell me how you feel about that. I'm just a moderator. I'm just a host. I'm just an impartial host on this platform. I don't have opinions. You guys have the opinions. You tell me what's going on. But some people say AP is definitely at least partially to blame for attracting the hoodlums into this chaotic environment. I won't even read that, but you guys can read it. You guys can read it yourselves. We've got Peruka in the chat. What's up, Peruka? He says they should have sold them in mystery boxes, like Labubus with ultra rare colors. It would have been cinema. Well, listen, that's another scandal that's rocking the watch community now, is that social media so-called influencers are now, I mean, there's the infamous gray dealer that partnered with a gambling site, or a mystery box site to be more accurate. Don't worry, Brody. Covered my tracks there. Brody's always watching. He's like, don't use the term gambling. Like, it's not technically gambling. He's like, okay, I'll just call it a scam. No, don't call it a scam. Just we'll get sued. Okay, all right, I won't call it a scam. It's scam-like behavior. Listen, is it a scam? I'll ask you guys this. If you pay $10,000 for a mystery box and then get something that's worthless, and then you pay another 10,000 and another 10,000 and another 10,000, and you spend $50,000 on mystery boxes, and then you jump up and down like a schoolgirl when you win a Rolex Pepsi. That's a scam. There's no other way to really describe it but a scam. I don't care what the lawyers say. Brody, we'll fight it in court. Let them take us on. It's just, that to me is a scam. That's a scam if you pay $50,000 in mystery boxes and you end up with a used Rolex Pepsi. So listen, it may not technically be gambling, or maybe it is. I don't know, but that's not. And to tell your to tell your followers and encourage your followers to lose their life savings in the pursuit of worthless mystery boxes. I can't think of anything more disgraceful. But listen, that's not the first time that social media personalities, I'm going to have to do this the entire time, personalities have disappointed us in the watch community, right? But Swiss, welcome to the chat. Hey, look at this. We've got Original Mathis. He's a moderator and member and co-CEO of the Watch Colony and Original OC Channel Networks. Let's go. That also makes him my boss, which is cool with me. He's the best boss in the world. Got Whole Milk in the chat. One of the most clever guys in the chat. Got Vamal in the chat, who's a member. I love calling out all the members. Guys, it's a new month. It's May. Well, it's the middle of the month. Please don't forget your memberships. Check and see if you have a member milestone chat chat available. If you have a star next to your name, please check that immediately. If you don't have a star next to your name, shame on you. Become a member from the desktop. Become a member from the desktop. I think we have over 75 members now, which makes us the #1 channel on YouTube in membership engagement. And that's an actual statistic, that a KPI that YouTube tracks. We're the #1 live stream in membership engagement. We're also one of the top live streams, the #1 watch live stream in subscriber engagement too. Pretty awesome if you ask me. Thank you guys for all your support. Vimal says one store in Asia had people lined up for 5 days and the store had 7 Royal Pops to sell. I'm telling you, that is intentional that's an intentional mismanagement right there. That's if that were done in the United States, you might even say that's negligent, intentional negligence. Yeah, they had 7 to sell, and they had probably had hundreds of people in line. Of course, it was going to turn into a debacle. Got Michael W in the chat. What's up, Michael W? Joining us from Hamburg, Germany. What's up, Michael? Good to see you. Got Leo in the chat. Member for 1 month. Welcome to you. Congratulations on celebrating your 1 month of membership. My local gray market dealer is now offering $10,000, $25,000, $50,000, and $100,000 mystery boxes. That's pure gambling, guys. Don't even think about it. Do not even think about it. Do not support any social media douchebag that encourages you or their followers to waste their money, literally throw your life savings down the drain in pursuit of gambling and mystery boxes. I think it's disgusting. And I've covered it plenty on my Instagram post, so I'm probably not going to cover it here. But you guys know the deal. You guys know the deal on that, where I stand on duping viewers. I'm against it. No surprise. I'm against duping my viewers. But apparently, what boggles my mind is there are actually some people who took money to promote a gambling site so their own viewers would be duped into losing their life savings, all for the sake of a quick cash grab. It doesn't even make any sense. It just doesn't make. Why would anybody do that? I don't know. I just don't comprehend. But thank you for being a member, Leo. We got SE in the chat. He's a moderator and a member. Happy Members Day to all. SE is one of our best members. We're going to be going we're going to be covering this interview with Thierry Stern in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I know you guys want to talk about the Swatch thing. There's nothing really to talk about. I mean, we all saw the gruesome images of the hoodlums creating chaos and anarchy in our communities. And AP, by the way, is silent on the subject. AP remains completely silent on this massive social issue. I would think that AP kind of they kind of promote themselves as like being a leader in community and social engagement. Yet when we have a social crisis in our midst, they have refused to make a statement acknowledging the chaos, calling for calm in this tumultuous time. Let's see. Is that it? Guys, if you're watching right now, and I think we have over 7 people watching, including one on Tinder and one on Grindr. Guys, when you're done swiping on Tinder and Grindr, head on over to YouTube and enter a comment. Let me know that you're the person on Grindr who's joining us. But we're going to be going frame by frame through this new interview with Patek Philippe CEO, Thierry Stern. And we're going to be playing a fun watching game while we go through this. By the way, watch experts will be reacting to this interview live tonight. If they ever jump on the panel. But if no watch experts join, then there probably won't be any expert coverage. But listen, I'll be here moderating. So it's probably good enough, right? Is that good enough? It's the middle of the afternoon here on the East Coast. It's still technically the morning in the West Coast. It's almost noon on the West Coast. It's evening in Europe. I'll be asleep in 5 minutes. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't go to sleep. We're going to cover the Thierry Stern interview. And we're going to cover it quickly. We're going to frame by frame. Okay? Do not go to sleep. Doc and his watch is in the chat. What's up, OC? Doc and his watch. Florida crew in the house. He's a member of the channel. All right, let's get to it, guys. At Watches and Wonders in Geneva last month, Hodinkee's Ben Clymer, who's like editor-in-chief or whatever he is, of Hodinkee, sat down with Patek Philippe CEO Thierry Stern to discuss the new releases. If you guys want to jump in with a question or a comment about this, about Jizz Club, about the AP Swatch debacle, just enter it into the chat. I'm not going to go through a whole bunch of videos showing the crowds and the criminal elements there, rioting and engaging in violence. I don't think that was social. People call it social. Like, what do you call it? Like when you're fighting for social change. I don't think it was like a parade for social change. These were hoodlums intent on creating chaos in our communities. And the question is, who is culpable? Let me know in the chat who you think is culpable for this. So I've got the subtitles enabled. As you guys know, I am a huge fan of Patek Philippe. Rolex and Patek are my two favorite brands. Reach for the crown and reach for the cross. Today I'm rocking the rocking this thing. The Rolex Day-Date in platine. That's French for platinum, in platine with the famous ice blue dial. All right. Someone wants to jump on and talk about something. Let's see what he wants to say. Welcome to the channel from the Tea and Tickers channel. It's Tickers. What's up, Tickers?
Hello, mate. How are you doing? I thought I'd come and give my support. To see you there. I just wanted to talk about. Go on. Sorry.
No. What? The floor is yours.
I want to talk about the pop debacle. I didn't go myself, because you remember what happened when I went and tried to get a moon swatch on the very first day 4 years ago, and then I got my head kicked in. I was that far from having my head kicked in, but some random viewer I met 30 seconds before, about 6 foot wide, 6 foot tall, pushed the guy out of the way. That was fun. So I think it was a completely, utterly engineered thing by AP to cause.
Oh, whoa. That's a very serious accusation.
Okay, bring it on. Yeah. The reason I say that, some shops only had 30 watches. They knew they only had 30 watches. They look outside and they say you see 200 people outside.
In some cases, 2,000 people. In some cases, thousands of people.
What they should have done, they should have opened the door. They should have given 30 tickets out to the first 30 people with numbered 1 to 30. Okay? Then announce there's only 30, go home. If the other people aren't going to go home, get the police in to get a dispersal order to fuck them off, get rid of them off, the rest of them. And then just monitor to make sure no one jumps in the queues for those 30 people. And that's
if you issue numbered wristbands and you put them on the wrist that are not removable, which that technology is easily in place, then you wouldn't have any problem. You wouldn't have
that's
the
it.
people who would show up in line.
They've got 30 watches or 100 watches, or however many they've got, certainly not 2,000.
So when you say this was engineered, I just want to really focus on, because I mean, do you think it was intentional that AP wanted headlines? They wanted to see long lines. They wanted to see chaos in the streets.
They wanted riots and chaos, but that's the making.
Why not? Why not riots and chaos? Why not riots and chaos?
I can't say that the engineered riots and that.
They knew what was Tickers. They knew they knew the hoodlums were in line. They knew that there were only criminals in line, right?
Exactly.
They knew.
Exactly. So did you see Brit's take on it?
I did see Brit's take on it, and I think she deserves kudos for going into that situation, which was basically anarchy with no security and no police presence. And report from the front lines. Like she was essentially a war. She was a war correspondent.
I was like that. My thing, I went down and I panned across, and then I got that guy coming across, and he was clearly a flipper. I had an argument online with somebody on Facebook. There was a Facebook sales, a generic buy and sell watch page on Facebook. I've been a member of for ages, not even really take it. And someone proudly announced on Friday night they joined the page that day and announced, I'm at the front of the queue in London, first one in the queue. I'm getting a blue pop swatch. Who would like to buy it? And someone said, how much? And they went, £1,200. And I just jumped in there all go. I said, you are everything that's wrong about the what about what. Well,
Brit said there wasn't a single person that even knew what was being sold. They didn't know. They got their alert on Hypebeast or StockX or what these apps are that tell you when the next sneaker drop is. And hundreds of hoodlums, assemble in line. And listen, they will resort to violence. I'm surprised people weren't. By the way, someone apparently, I can't confirm it, but I believe there was a store location where someone who purchased the Royal Pop was robbed at gunpoint.
Oh wow! Well, I've heard that some location or locations in the UK, they steamed the doors when they opened and nicked stock.
That's
I
right.
don't know how many. Yeah, but I didn't know. Someone got.
Which would be better for AP from a PR perspective? Tickers, I'm going to ask you this question. It's a multiple choice. A, the fact that someone got robbed at gunpoint. B, if someone gets shot but not seriously injured. Or C, if someone gets shot and killed in the commission of a robbery of a Royal Pop. Which would be better for AP? Because bad headlines like this create tremendous amount of visibility and publicity. Which one do you think AP would want more?
I'm not going to fucking answer that. I can't. You want to
would it be better if someone gets robbed and is uninjured, or someone gets shot and killed?
Well, if you have to pick the three, that was obviously the threat. But how do you know? And this is putting out there that it maybe not. How do we know that the gun wasn't a fucking toy plastic one, and the two people involved work for AP?
Ooh.
Let's have a little scenario. You know what I mean? Plastic gun, especially if it's in the UK, you know what I mean? Guns, and they can't carry guns in the UK, so it makes it even more headline for the UK when you can't carry a gun. You can't even carry a knife more than 3 inches. But just imagine 2 people and a plastic gun. Let's just do a little scenario. Let's make sure we hear about it, and let's get people talking.
Wouldn't that be ironic if I was thinking about going to the line in New York and holding up people with a plastic water gun? That would have been fun. Maybe they would have given it to me, right?
I thought you were going to go. I said on my show last week. I said I think OC will be to go. I thought you were going to go to the launch. I thought you were there. You were going to go. I really did, because you were covering it. You were out the fucking door as soon as it was announced, doing the walkabout, and I thought you were going to go. Right.
I was going to, and I was actually in Los Angeles at that time, so I was doing a big meetup in Los Angeles with everybody there. So I was having a lot of fun. Ordinarily, I would have been on the front lines. Listen, my journalistic integrity, everyone knows that it is unparalleled. It's undisputed. And I definitely would have gone to the front lines into combat with the hoodlums in line there to bring you guys the truth. But unfortunately, I was not available. Didn't
you try and go in to LA stores? You didn't bother.
No, I did not.
No,
did not.
Sorry. Do you think what? Sorry, man.
No. Do you think? First of all, what about the product, Dickers? What do you think about the product itself? What they released?
I haven't really dug deep into it. It's funny. It's got a sapphire crystal front and back. Well, that's going to be isn't that going to be like $100 of the whole price? A sapphire crystal, both sides.
Like $6 per side. Come on.
It's
not that crazy. It's not that crazy. Listen, this is I think the main issue is this is, I would say, 99% a fashion purchase. This is something that will be it's not going to be used for time, because I think one of the things that most people don't even understand is that not only is it a mechanical movement, a modified System 51 movement, it's not even automatic. So
it's a hand wind.
It's a manual wind watch, which means no matter what you do, it's going to go dead after about 2 days.
And the lanyard, apparently the lanyard isn't long enough to go around people's necks properly. I've heard it's quite a short lanyard.
Are you saying that was also done intentionally by AP so people could strangle themselves? Is that your case? Is that your argument?
No, not at all. Right. Here's what I'd say. The only one I would have, and I'd like to try it on a strap, and I certainly won't pay anything like silly prices. I like the black and the white one. I'd like one there on shown. I like the black and the white one.
Listen, I get that you like it, but what are you going to do with it?
Wear it on my fucking wrist. What do you think? On the strap?
Oh no, it doesn't. No, it's like, come on.
Well, listen, this is a question I want at, which I've asked, and no one seems to give an answer. Right? We know that the moon swatch. The moon swatch is a couple of £100, and it promoted 50% more sales for a £5,000, £6,000, £7,000 Moonwatch, which is expensive, but not expensive compared with AP. And of course, it's owned by the same brand. This has completely sideswiped me because AP and Swatch have got nothing to do with each other. And I don't know, because it's not my world, but how much is the cheapest AP to buy? If you want to buy a brand new AP, provided you can get one, and you've took the crusty creams in, and you've done the coffees, and you've done them begged, and you've got your knees and all this lot, how much is the cheapest AP?
I think the cheapest AP in the US dollars is probably around 27,000, and that's for a
wow.
Royal
That's a bit.
Oak
I mean, so are
offshore.
they doing the same thing? Don't tell me that Swatch have sold AP that your buyers of this today are your new AP customers tomorrow, when they're asking to pay 27 fucking grand against £10,000 for a Moonswatch.
Are you saying that the typical people who are in line for this Royal Pop are generally not people who are AP customers and can't afford AP? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I don't think you can maybe afford it. The people buying this at the moment won't afford AP, can't afford or don't want an AP at the moment. Same with the Moonswatch, but the Moonswatch, people got the Moonswatch one, wore it on the wrist, and then consequently went out and bought a proper Moonwatch. I cannot see people having this and going out and buying an AP. First of all, because they'd have to buy the strap thing for it and wear it on the wrist. And it's a big jump between $400 and $27,000. You know, I don't think it's the market. I still asking the question how it was sold to AP. You know, your customers of this today or your AP customers.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
we don't even know what the target customer, what the actual customers look like, because all we've seen so far are the hoodlums who are in line and the gray market dealers to whom they were sold.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
That's all we've seen. We got guys out there, and listen, I understand why. If you're a gray dealer, you want to have 4 or 5 of these in inventory because you want to go on social media and go, "Oh, look, I got it. These guys are running around, not doing anything, and I got the watches, and they're all liars," and and all that stuff. So like, I understand why they would pay $2,000 in the throes of, a launch like this, just to say they have it. It's worth good PR to go on Instagram and TikTok or whatever. But the real customers, who's really going to pay $2,000 for this?
No, I pay a couple of £100 for a black and white one only with a strap.
Yeah, and you think Yeah, and you think you're actually going to find a way to wear it on your wrist?
I'd wear it on my wrist, just like I wear everything on my wrist. You've got a little watch. I like wearing stuff on my wrist, The same as I wear a 1940s watch on my wrist, which people might think of. The average guy in the street would wonder why I've got like a 1940s Dirty Dozen on my wrist, original one, which is what I got a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
But the average person who's not into watches who sees it will wonder what the fuck I've got that on my wrist, but you don't know, do you? So it's different. It's what we all wear, isn't it? So
Yep.
I'd wear it. It's a fun watch.
I think isn't AP in a no-win situation in terms of what the product was? Because if the product's not a watch, people will say, "Oh, well, it's not a watch. What is this thing?" But if they do come out with a watch, they'll be like, "Why'd they make a watch? It's like it's too close to the real thing. It's going to confuse people." I mean,
why did they go down this road and actually make it to be a hanger? That's even worse. They're looking for the new customers. It's even further away. Not only is their original product 27 fucking K, it ain't got a hanger on it. Right.
So you're a supporter of the strategy, the AP strategy of, hey, we want to find new customers. Or do you not believe in the strategy? We want to find new customers.
I don't believe that strategy. I don't believe
you
that.
Don't believe it. You think it was a failed strategy? Failed strategy.
Yeah. If someone a genius, if someone in Swatch sold it to them and they took it in and went ahead with it, oh yeah, we'll take that. But in 25 years' time, we're going to manage to sell a few APs out of it because of that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? some question there. What do we think about the supposed legal angle? I think they insisted to make it. I think they insist on making it somehow a hanger watch. I don't know why. I just think, I didn't think. I think they might have said, okay, but it's a plastic watch. We don't want it on the wrist because then people might get confused and think it's a very cheap AP watch, and it's not. So if we make it hanger, no one will absolutely know. No one will think for 1 minute it's a proper AP watch. Yeah. I think if they went with a wristwatch, somehow someone would think it's a proper AP or cheap AP or something. You know what I mean?
I think what Jen's referring to these online reports that I think are unconfirmed. I haven't seen any of the actual cases, but these reports that that AP had filed for trademark protection in different countries for the design of the Royal Oak, the design of the octagonal bezel with the bolts on the bezel, and that those trademark applications had been denied by certain regulatory authorities in Japan or in the United States or whatever. And therefore, knowing that the Royal Oak name could be trademarked, but not the design, they figured that it might lead to a flood of copycat Royal Oak designs coming into the market. So they wanted to preempt it by doing an official cheap watch before all these Chinese variants flood into the market. What do you think of that?
Yeah, good. That sounds probably AP's. But they did do something like that, wouldn't they? Of course they would.
Yeah, but aren't those people? I mean, aren't there already watches that look a lot like Royal Oaks available on the market anyway? I mean, like there's not only actual Swiss brands like Girard-Perregaux and others, but there's Casio makes a Casio that looks just like a Royal Oak.
Yeah, Christopher Ward make the 12, don't they? Which is very similar. You know,
similar. I'm not familiar with that brand. Yeah, but I mean, there's Chinese knockoffs
Ward
too.
Said, Christopher Ward makes something that's very similar. Well, you know.
Oh, okay.
Are you joking? You know, they make the hexagonal thing. You know. You say that these are. So. People say that these things aren't repairable. There will be somebody who will be able to repair it, 100%. Like yes. There is, like I've got a 1970s plastic Vietnam DTU plastic watch that was given to troops. It's a throwaway plastic watch. It's called disposable. And I know people online can get into it and fix them. The hand wind, and mine still works. So I always hold my breath. When I pick mine up, I hold my breath and I turn the winder and it starts up and it's brilliant. And I know that one day it probably won't do, but there are people out there who can get into it and fix it. So they will be somebody 100% will be able to get into that and fix it.
I don't think any. I think Swatch is going to be flooded with service inquiries after the first couple of weeks, because the watch will stop working and people will be like, "Hey, the watch is broken. Stop working." And then
that's exactly the same with the Moon Swatch, though, wasn't it? They would have got.
I guess you're right. That's this Moon Swatch's manual wind too.
No, they're the battery.
Oh, well, at least they know there's a battery. See, at least and at least you can go in and say, "Hey, the battery's dead," and that you can, But in this case, that after a year or so. But in this case, after 3 days, the watch is going to appear broken.
Yeah, but the other one, the Blancpain one, that's hand wind. That's the same movement as this, but hand wind.
That's right, and nobody cares about that model either. But I think no serviceability isn't really going to be an issue because I don't think people really care if it runs or not.
No,
if they care if it runs, Swatch is going to be in deep trouble because there's going to be thousands and thousands of these things, and people are going to wonder why isn't it working because it's not automatic. And then the other thing that Jen brings up is the fact that part of the patent process or the trademark process or whatever is that the design has to be recognizable by the public. And so maybe this is a way of getting the Royal Oak octagonal watch design out into the public so it'll eventually meet that requirement. They can go back to the patent office or the trademark office or whatever and say, hey, look, this is recognized by the public as our design. Therefore, we deserve to have it patented. So I don't know if this is intentional. I think it's far-fetched to think that they would go through all of that stuff, go through a 2-year process of creating a product just to get it familiar with the public so they could go back and claim some kind of patent or trademark on it. But good, it is something that is good to explore. Thank you, Jen. Got Space Ace in the chat. What's up, Space Ace? Okay, so like, what's it like? So the word is, are the stores closed in the UK now? Tickers.
No,
they've been closed here.
I think they were closed Saturday and Sunday. I'm not sure about the other days. I'm not sure. I don't know.
I think some of the stores remain closed. Well, today is what, Tuesday? I think some of the stores were closed on Monday, and today is Tuesday. Just making sure. So yeah, but a lot of them have signs up that say, "Hey, we don't have any of the Royal Pops in stock, and that's it. We don't and don't worry, but these will be available over the next several months." So
I wonder how long it'll take before they come online. I mean, it was 3 or 4 years before they put moon swatches online. You can buy a moon swatch online now.
I mean, I think they wanted to try and replicate the same rollout that they did with the moon swatch, which was extremely effective. Have it in 10 boutiques in the beginning, then roll it out to more boutiques. Then get them into the stores, get them familiar with the retail space and all that stuff. Just didn't work. That was remember, March of 2022. Here we are 4 years later, and society has changed for the worse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm looking at a new listing now in eBay UK. New listing: Swatch AP Pot Blue, Dispatch 2005, £3,321.70, and I buy it now.
It's a joke. No one's going to pay those. Only a dealer would pay those prices for bragging rights to be able to put it on Instagram or TikTok. Like, hey, I have these in stock. Look, I'm a great. I mean, I have a dealer. I'm a dealer with incredible sources. See, now there's a dealer in New York. And a lot of people are claiming that the Swatch staff themselves were backdooring the watch.
As far as I'm concerned, there's somebody if somebody on eBay were putting them on 2 days before they came out, they've got guaranteed. They've got to have somebody inside. There's no way they can guarantee they can get one.
Well, they can guarantee if they reach out to any of those people in line and say, "Hey, I'll pay you $2,000 for it," and someone's going to take the $2,000, right? Someone's going to take a lot less than that.
Yeah, but it depends if the person in line fucking actually got one. We know. It all went tits up before it actually got to sell one. And
in New York, the way it works is all these dealers send their representatives down to the line. They said, "Hey, I see you're in the front of the line. Okay, no problem. I'm going to give you $600 for the, $800 for this thing when you get it. Cool. All right. Here's the $600. I'm watching you. When you go in, come out, give me the watch, or whatever it is." So I think that the gray dealers were just waiting and to be able to get a few of these pieces for the bragging rights. Rights.
I mean, I'm looking at the sales now on the sold listings: £1,500, £1,050, £1,265.
What do you think of? How do you think your analysis, Tickers? How does this affect Swatch's reputation? Is this ultimately going to be good for Swatch or bad for Swatch?
Oh, I think it will be this. I think the hype will disappear quickly. Because I think it'll be. I don't think this will be the first one. I think it'll be another one. I don't know who. I don't know whether it's going to be another AP or keep on with this.
You don't think this is a one-time thing? You think they're going to continue to iterate and come up with new versions and new colors and things like that?
Maybe new version, maybe one more hit, one more. Yeah, depending on sales, depending how the next sales go, they'll be watched very closely for the proper sales in the shop and see, and then
we will see. I mean, Swatch definitely got a black eye for the rollout, for lack of planning. I think ultimately they can turn this around into a positive. Obviously, if they sell tens of thousands of these at $400 a pop, it's going to be a big financial success for them. And if they replicate it anywhere near the success of the Moonswatch, which sold several million units and generated $500 million for the Swatch Group, it's going to be a big win for Swatch. I think people will forget about the mayhem because they've closed the stores. They're probably thinking about, listen, that's really, really bad publicity. I mean, we got a lot of publicity. Now let's make sure that nothing really, really bad happens. There was a sigh of relief. They're like, okay, we had crowds, we had people stampeding the stores, but nobody got hurt as far as we know. Thank God. Now let's do something orderly and take advantage of the hype that we've created.
So
now,
here's
AP,
a killer question: Who's the next
okay,
Who's the next collab gonna be with? Next company that's gonna collab with it? Who else is gonna stick their head up and do it?
Will anybody want to do a collaboration with Swatch?
Oh, of course he will. Of course he fucking will. You might have asked that question after the Moonswatch, and look where we are now. The Moonswatch, remember, the Moonswatch was nearly fucking as bad. No one remembers that 4 years ago. It was pretty bad outside. They closed all the stores in London. It was mayhem. And look where we are now. They continued making them for 3 or 4 years. They've made hundreds of different models. Mass hysteria, not on the same scale. So who's the next people going to be? Well, right, not 100 of them, but they've probably made 15 or 20, weren't there? That original box was 12, and then they've added quite a few, half moonrise, sunrise. Fucking hell, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Right.
Moon rises on a Thursday, the 24th. Moon rises on Thursday. They've done a load of different ones. Question for you.
Question. How does this play out for Audemars Piguet? Is this a good thing for them, or will it be, because there's been a lot of, this has been very polarizing. AP for a while has been on a weird trajectory. People have been very concerned about the weird marketing, the kind of the woke attitude, some of the really weird collaborations, all kind. There's a lot of stuff going on with AP, like the weird approach to different groups. Put it like that. Do you think this turns it around for them, or continues their downward slide?
I think they're a bit embarrassed about it, because however much they might be having issues or whatever, I don't think they'd want to be I mean, I don't know that the brand is squeaky clean. The brand, really, they don't want to be they'd never have a mass hysteria and riots and people getting half stabbed, killed, whatever, outside an AP shop. It's a bit. I think if someone had shown them what was happening on Saturday in advance, they might. But I don't really want that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think there'll be a few people in AP who are sort of putting the blinds down in their office.
That's a
definitely
interesting point. By the way, the views and opinions expressed by tickers or anybody on the panel or anybody in the chat do not necessarily reflect the views of the original OC channel.
Correct.
Original the brand LLC, or me. Vimal in the chat says the real question is this a win or loss for AP CEO Ilaria Resta, for Swiss brands that are usually cautious of their image? This is a loss, but AP seems to not care. How could you not care?
Have we seen anything? Have we seen any official anything from AP? Have they made like Swatch have made statements? Have AP kept quiet? Has anything come quiet? I'm sure I saw a headline where you said AP had kept quiet, or someone else has said AP went quiet.
I think they have been silent. I don't think they've issued an official statement on what has transpired over the past 3 or 4 days. And maybe they say this is Swatch's problem to fix, or this is Swatch's issue.
Yeah, they manufactured it. They're the ones who could have. It's their shops. Definitely. They're the ones who could have handed the 30 wristbands out, or maybe got more stock in. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Let me see. Let me just go to AP's
Mass hysteria engineered. We'll have to go in a minute, sir, because I've got my show soon, so I'm going to get some.
No worries, no worries.
But I did thought I'd come on and give you some support and have a chat about it.
All right.
So we're gonna leave you and have a good
Sounds
one,
good.
and I will catch up with you soon.
All right. Thanks for jumping.
Thanks, mate.
All right.
See you later, man. Cheers.
All right.
Bye.
AP is using a System 51 movement that cannot be serviced, according to Joseph Main. All of them will end up in the ocean. I think someone, to Ticker's point, might find a way to crack it open and deal with it. But generally, no. These are kind of like very, very cheap disposable movements. If something happens to it, they just open it up, take the old one out, pop a new one in. They don't really need to service it because it's so cheap. The movement itself is so cheap. It's probably like a $3 movement or $5 movement or something like that. So thank you, Joseph Main. Okay, let's get to, if you guys are cool with all of that AP swatch talk, let's move on. Let me see here. There's something very, very interesting that I need to check out something. Guys, can you check the Audemars Piguet Instagram page? I just want to check it and see if there are any issues for you guys. Let me check it on my end. From the desktop, there are issues. From the desktop, there are issues, but on the mobile, no issues. Got it. All right, let's do this. The Patek Philippe CEO Thierry Stern doing a victory lap here. He did an interview with Hodinkee editor-in-chief or whatever he is at Hodinkee, Ben Clymer, and reviewed the 2026 new releases from Patek. And please enjoy this interview along with my watch non-expert analysis. By the way, if you have if you're in the chat, you may have jewels to redeem. That's like a new thing that they on YouTube, like they may have given you like a bunch of free jewels. Feel free to like use those jewels, redeem those jewels for the channel. I don't know exactly how it works, but you can just like, if you see the jewels there, you can just hit redeem and you can like donate them all into the chat. Try it out. See how it works. Guys, check out the jewels. Watch by jewels. Now, check out the jewels feature in the chat and see if it works. I want somebody to try it out. Somebody must have gotten some free jewels or something. I know you can buy jewels. I don't want anybody to buy jewels, but you might have like jewel. Hey, there we go. Free free jewels. What's up, Brandon? Brandon, are you new to the channel? Brandon Reef. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you subscribe. You like and subscribe and all that stuff. Enable notifications. Welcome. Jules is free. She's free. All right, let's get to the interview. Thierry Stern. By the way, we're going to do a game. For those of you just tuning in, we're about to do a game. Every time Thierry Stern says the word I, me, or my, you have to make a note. Okay? Now, how many times do you think he uses the word I, me, or my in the course of this interview? Let me know in the chat. You can just jot it down. Just do a quick guess. How many times does he mention the words I, me, or my throughout the course of this? Let's see, how long is this interview? 17 minutes. We're gonna skim through it. We're not gonna play all 17 minutes. I think maybe he mentions I like 2 times. You think? He's a team player, right? He's a humble guy. He gives credit to the team, right? I'm Team Terry. All right, let's cover it. Here we go. New interview with Thierry Stern. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go.
Mr. Stern, welcome.
Thank you very much.
This is a big year for you guys.
Every year is a big year.
Yeah, but we have
all right out of the gate. Right out of the gate, Thierry fires back. Oh, this is a big year for you. And I'm gonna analyze this. Like this is Ben saying, "Oh, it's a big year for you." I'm just, by the way, I'm watching this like pretty much for the first time with you guys, so this is a live reaction. But I know what Thierry's thinking. I know Thierry very, very well. I know Thierry. We met several times. I can read him like a book. What Thierry's saying here is like, okay, you're saying it's a big year because it's the 50th anniversary of the Nautilus. I don't give a fuck about the Nautilus. Patek customers, you know, it's a great thing for some of them, but we're only going to make 5,000 of these watches. And we sell 70,000 watches a year. And so over the next decade, we're going to sell, 700,000 watches. And very few of them are going to be Nautilus. So the Nautilus doesn't define us. Okay? So like when Ben says it's a big year for you, he's implying it's a big year because of the Nautilus. And what Thierry is saying is, who gives a fuck what you think about the Nautilus? I run Patek Philippe my way, and we care about, and our customers care about complications, movements, features, specifications, high-end dress watches.
welcome.
Thank you very much.
This is a big year for you guys.
Every year is
a big year, you fucking prick. That's what he wanted to say. I mean, that's what he really wanted to say. I mean, you could tell like it's 3 seconds into the interview, and Thierry is already not happy.
Mr. Stern, welcome.
Thank you very much.
This is a big year for you guys.
Okay, I'm going to transcribe in real time. Thank you very much means I really don't even want to do this. Why do I have to sit down with this guy?
Mr. Stern, welcome.
Thank you very much.
This is a big year for you guys.
Every year is a big year.
Yeah, but we have a new...
Ben goes, yeah, but. Yeah, but. Oh, what a dick.
Thank you very much.
This is a big year for you guys.
Every year is a big year.
Yeah, but we have a new collection of Nautilus to celebrate 50 years.
Oh, frick. He knows not to say that. Fucking Ben. He knows not to say that. Oh, but it's a new collection of Nautilus. I would have ended the interview right then and there. Look how Thierry maintains his composure. Shout out to Thierry Stern, CEO of Patek Philippe. He did an amazing job. He's under attack here. Make no mistake, guys. This is a witch hunt. This is a hit piece. He tried to rattle Patek CEO Stern right off the bat.
Mr. Stern, welcome.
Thank you very much.
This is a big year for you guys.
Every year is a big year.
Yeah, but we have a new collection of Nautilus to celebrate.
He goes, you dick.
This is a big year for you guys.
Every year is a big year.
Yeah, but we have a new collection of Nautilus to celebrate 50 years.
The 50 years of the Nautilus. Yes, of course, that's important for me, but as always...
For me, it's important for me. Like somebody's going to say is like, hey, of course you think it's important, but like we're Patek Philippe, like in the grand scheme of things, like don't focus on that.
The 50 years of the Nautilus. Yes, of course, that's important for me, but as I always say, she's part of the family. The Nautilus is wonderful, but the other product is also very important.
Of course.
Oh, like, yeah. Another slapped him down. Like the other products are also very important. You jerk. Like, why would you start off with the Nautilus? Why? I mean, Ben fumbled the interview. He fumbled the one-on-one interview.
Well, let's start here, and then we'll move into the others. So we have...
Oh, he still sticks with it. He starts with the Nautilus. We'll start here, then we'll move into the others. Like, like, well, Nautilus is the most important one, and then we'll eventually cover the others. Oh, I bet you Terry Stern's fuming at this point. This interview is literally literally like 17 seconds old. There was a little bit of a 17 seconds. He's offended Terry Stern 3 times. 3 times so far. I'm surprised Terry Stern maintained his composure in the heat of these direct attacks. Vimal, my customers love our dress watches. Why else would anyone agree to buy a product that loses 40% when you walk out? It doesn't lose that much. But by the way, in a way, it is a compliment to Patek Philippe that some watches, trade for less in secondary because they still get customers to buy them from boutiques. And that means that having a direct relationship with Patek Philippe is important to many, many people. I would have died. Thank you, Vimal. I would have died if Terry had taken off the glove and walked away. It's like, this interview is over. Yeah, of course the Nautilus is important, but if you knew anything about Patek Philippe, Ben, you would know that we launched minute repeaters, perpetual calendar chronographs, mechanical alarms, pocket watches, clocks. Come on, Ben. Come on. Andy Lewis should have opened with the success of the Cubist. Actually, there was an interview last week, and they did talk about the success of the Cubist. So the Cubist is actually very successful. So every single model is going for over retail. Let's continue on here. Let's go back a little bit and continue on.
But, as I always say, she's part of the family. The Nautilus is wonderful, but the other product is also very important.
Of course. Well, let's start here, and then we'll move into.
Of course.
So we have 3 wristwatches, all limited editions. We'll start with the little guy. We have the 5610.
The little guy. Start with the little. What is this? This isn't like This isn't like the Bee Gees, where we start. Hey, let's start off with the little one, the little guy.
So we have 3 wristwatches, all limited editions. We'll start with the little guy. We have the 5610.
Terry's doing a pretty good job maintaining his composure. Pretty good. I mean, he knows these watches in and out. So we all know what these watches are. These are the 50th anniversary Nautilus releases. In the middle, you have a 38 millimeter in platinum. You also on the right, 41 millimeter in white gold, and then on the left, you have 41 millimeter in white gold on the strap with diamond baguettes. What else is there to know?
And 38 millimeters. So what was the idea of doing a kind of a mid-size watch?
I think this is really the demand that you can see on the market. A lot of people, I think, are still quite memorizing the old time where the pieces were between 36 and 38 millimeter.
Yeah.
So the idea for me, when we decided to do the anniversary watches.
The idea for me, Terry Stern, lead designer at Patek Philippe, was to do a slightly smaller watch that's more in line with what you would have seen back in the 70s. MD Chaz is in the chat. He's a member of the channel. Ben's trying to get a rise out of Terry. They want him to get riled up and say something provocative. Yeah, that was a direct attack. It was a direct attack on Terry Stern. This year is a big year for you guys. But this year's the Nautilus. And then the third insult in a row. Oh yeah, well, we'll get to the others later. Let's start with this. It was MD Chaz. I think you're right. He was trying to rattle our guy Terry. Terry didn't fall for it. He didn't fall for it at all. We've got Diego in the chat. If you member the channel, if you remove all Patek sports pieces from the catalog, it's a dead brand. Ooh, dead brand. Many other brands make better dress pieces at better prices. Ooh, spicy comment. For example, Lange, Vacheron, LU Chopard, and Breguet. Patek is a one-trick pony. Patek's a one-trick. I would think you would say that about AP. Audemars Piguet being a one-trick pony with the Royal Oak. Diego says Patek is a one-trick pony. Do you guys agree? And do you agree that Longa, Vacheron, Chopard, and Breguet are better dress pieces and better values? Good point. Spicy comment from Diego. Vamal in the chat with a milestone chat member for 20 months. That's almost 3 full years of membership, if I'm doing my math correctly. Member for 20 months, starting to see why Stern hates the Nautilus. It overshadows all the amazing watches that they have. And I'm sure even many of the customer interactions are all Nautilus. Good point, Vamal. Listen, I think we tend to focus a lot on the Nautilus and the Aquanaut and the Cubitus, but most people who go in to talk to Patek want grand complications, dress watches, and that is where Patek Philippe is number one. Thank you, Vamal, for your comment. Let's keep going with this.
38 millimeter.
Yeah.
So
what my intention was to come out with a smaller piece, 38 millimeter.
Summarizing the old time where the pieces were between 36 and 38 millimeter.
Yeah.
So the idea for me when we decided to do
The idea for me when I
the anniversary watches was to go back to the roots of the Patek Philippe Nautilus. Everybody expected me, I guess, to have a Nautilus Tourbillon or a minute repeater or what do I know. And my idea, because it's always nice, I like
Are you guys keeping track of the I's and the me's and the my's in the chat?
minute repeater or what do I know. And Patek Philippe Nautilus. Everybody expected me, I guess, to have a Nautilus Tourbillon or a minute repeater or what do I know. And
A lot of people said that they were going to come out with a platinum Nautilus perpetual calendar. Some said they were going to come out with a platinum minute repeater. And here he is kind of recounting that some people want him to do a tourbillon. He pronounced it nicely, way better than I would do it, or a minute repeater.
a Nautilus Tourbillon or a minute repeater or what do I know. And my idea, because it's always nice, I like to do the counter step. So if you expect me here, I go on the other side. And that's what I did here. So I decided to make a vintage style, very beautiful, and 38 shoots to the vintage style of this piece.
Yeah.
It's a heavy Nautilus also because it's platinum. So the bigger you will have it, the more heavier it will be. And 38 allows me also to have something a little bit lighter. But the most important, of course, is the way how it's thin, We work a lot on the
6.9 millimeters thin. 6.9 millimeters thin. Beautifully done. Well executed. Apparently, Thierry did everything. This was his design.
Yeah.
It's a heavy Nautilus also because it's platinum. So the bigger you will have it, the more heavier it will be. And 38 allows me also to have something a little bit lighter. But the most important, of course, is the way how it's thin, We work a lot on the thinnest strap and the thinnest case that we could do for the Nautilus.
Interesting.
Thanks to a nice little caliber that the 240.
The 240 from way back in the day.
Yeah.
And so
With a micro rotor, and they kept the anniversary designation limited to the micro rotor where it says 50 and then 1976 to 2026. There's nothing on the dial in the front. There's no, etching on the case or anything like that.
Today you've modified it slightly, so you have an anniversary engraving on the rotor, but obviously a historic.
That's what I just said.
Quite discreet.
Yeah.
It's a historical movement also, and compare with the last anniversary of the Nautilus, we had it in the front. It was a different style. This one has to stay much more low key now, and that's what I like myself.
It's a beautiful blue. They did a very faithful interpretation of a classic Nautilus design. Well done, Thierry. You have bravo. Andy Lewis, member for 19 months. You hate AutoZone dials? Fuck you. Here's an AutoZone minute repeater. I'm not sure who said that quote, but it might have been Thierry, because what he did was actually kind of quite brilliant. He just admitted it right there. You want me to go over here? I'm going to counter and go over there. You want me to you expect me to do this? I'm going to do that. And there was a little bit of criticism about the AutoZone, the 6007, which was available in yellow, blue, and red configurations. Some people, there was a little bit of a reaction to it. So he said, oh, you want to react to it? Fine. We'll turn it into a $500,000 minute repeater. And there's some good images of it coming up later in the video. So good point, Andy. Thank you very much for being a member for 19 months. Guys, if you have a star next to your name, check and see if you have a free member milestone chat.
To be frank. Yeah. So I think it's quite a beautiful watch to have. And I know it's not going to be easy to get it, so I feel sorry, but it's already there's a lot of people.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy to get, but that's not my problem. I'm going to give there are other people responsible for allocating it. So, 2,000 is a lot of pieces. 2,000 is a lot of pieces. And listen, you can't get it, you can't get it. If you're a loyal Patek customer, you get it. If you're not, you're shit out of luck. What's he going to do about that?
I mean, in the
2,000, yeah. And will you keep one of these for yourself?
Nope.
Not at all.
Nope. Wow. Not very dismissive. Like, nope.
I mean, in the
2,000, yeah. And will you keep one of these for yourself?
Nope.
Not at all.
I would keep it for the museum, of course, but not for me. Yeah. All of them, they should go on the client's wrist. Yeah.
There we go. That's the Thierry I know and love. Always protecting the customers, always going above and beyond to protect the interests of his clients.
But not for me. Yeah. All of them, they should go on the client's wrist. Yeah. My pleasure is to design them, is to think about the strategy, how to do it.
That's right. He's responsible for the design, the strategy, the execution, the manufacturing, and everything else. But the wearing, he leaves it up to the clients.
To have you here to present them. Sure. But wearing them, first, I never wear a new model. I like to wait 1 or 2 years. And secondly, this one, I
wonder why. I wonder why he never wears a new model. Maybe he wants to see how it ages before he tries it on. That's an interesting observation.
I wear a new model. I like to wait 1 or 2 years. And secondly, this one, I think will be part of my museum, of course, and I will love it. But as I say, I will enjoy to see it on the wrist of all the customers.
Yeah,
let's say only 2,000 of them.
Only 2,000. And then moving on, we have a slightly larger model in white gold. So same diameter as the 5811.
Exactly.
But with no
5811, but no seconds hand, and it's thinner. I think it's a 6.9 thinness, same as the other one.
Seconds, no date.
No, this one we decided.
And no date, love it. No seconds hand and no date. Very symmetrical. This is like an OC approved watch from a symmetry point of view. No date at the 3 o'clock, messing it up.
To make it slightly bigger. That's what I like with Patek. You have to adapt your watch to the market. And the market is asking you in Germany to have bigger watches and in Japan to have smaller watches. So I think to have both of them was a very good thing.
Yeah.
And like you say, this is the size that we know already.
Yep.
It makes a lot of sense. I mean, there's method to the madness. They don't just, throw caution to the wind and see what should we do. I mean, they say, listen, we have certain markets that want a smaller watch, certain markets that want a bigger watch. So if we're going to have an anniversary collection, let's make sure we have one of each. Pretty smart.
It's quite a beautiful watch. What is interesting is the weight. When you have both of them, in your hand, the platinum version and this one, it's pretty amazing, the difference. Mm-hmm. But again, the beauty of this one is exactly the same. It's the thinnest case and the thinnest bracelet. Mm. This is something for me which is so important. As you know, I'm very...
Thin is in, guys. Thin is in. In order to really be an OC-approved watch, you have to definitely be under 12 millimeters in height. I want watches to be under 12 millimeter, guys. And in the case of dress watches, I mean, much, much thinner than that. I want them to be easily under 10. And in many cases, even thinner than that. The thinner, the better.
Cool. But when it comes to design, quality, I can be a dragon.
The dragon. He's a dragon. Wow.
Something
he wants quality. When it comes to quality, he can be a dragon.
So important. As you know, I'm very cool, but when it comes to design, quality, I can be a dragon. And,
You heard it here first.
so that's,
Can you guys confirm, Dragon? Yeah.
oh, they
There's
know
like-
that. Yeah. So that's a very nice watch. And the idea was to make, of course, something slightly different also, who wasn't there in the collection until now, who is the same version, but with a different strap,
Yeah, and
who
baguette.
is also a beautiful dial with a baguette. I think this is something I have.
Absolutely gorgeous watch. Anybody would be lucky to get this one. This one is limited to only 1,000 pieces, I believe. This, or maybe it's the bigger one that is. But I mean, this is with the diamond baguettes, the very sporty looking strap. This is a big hit. I love it.
Done in the past also using those baguettes very discreetly. And it's very nice because if you are wearing the watch, you don't see really right away that you have baguette.
I know. Listen, as someone who has a Patek Philippe with diamond baguettes, it gets a lot of compliments. Probably my Day gets a lot of compliments, but this is, my Patek also gets a ton of
And
compliments.
you need to see it a little bit more closer, and suddenly, boom, you see this beautiful baguette style watch. For me, really, it's quite a nice one to wear. Of course, the bracelet is also very nice. It's a waterproof bracelet. It's a kind of synthetic
Waterproof.
bracelet that we are doing, and it works pretty well on the watch. I think this one will also be a very successful one.
Oh,
So good luck, because it's
Hugely successful.
not easy, I know, as I say. But, for those who will not have the chance to wear them, I will be in the same position than you. So
feel good about that.
In other words, he's saying, like, if you have a trouble, I like that he sets an example of, listen, don't come to me and complain that you don't get the watch, because you know what? I didn't get the watch either. I don't have it. So if I don't have it, you don't have it. Tough. I mean, it's like we're both in the same boat.
Right.
exactly.
And so are there any things that these are really beautiful, elegant watches, very thin. Is there anything from these that you might roll out into the production watches, into the 5811s or the other models?
You mean in the future? Normally not, no, because they have to.
And that's a good question. Basically saying, is there anything about these watches, either the fact that it's a two-hander, or it's thin, or using a micro rotor movement, or you're doing it on a strap, or whatever, or you remove the date? Are there any of those features that might trickle into new models down the line? That's actually a really good question from Ben. Well done.
You might roll out into the production watches, into the 5811s or the other models?
You mean in the future? Normally not, no, because they have to stay unique. So, for example, the engraved rotor, I will not use it for the regular collection.
Yeah.
Well, of course, you won't use the engraved rotor, but we'll use a micro rotor.
This dial for this piece, never, no.
This dial, never. Okay. So he's basically saying, listen, this dial is unique. It's not going to ever be used again.
I may use a diamond baguette dial for another reference in the Nautilus line.
Sure.
But maybe
Oh, diamond baguettes coming to the Nautilus. All right. There you go. He's coughing up some inside scoop here.
be different also.
Yeah.
I don't like to redo something. I think that luckily we have a creative brain and we have to use it, and you can find something else.
Yeah. And
That's right. That's right. Be creative. Let's see who we have in the chat. We have EHL. Patek can do whatever they want, and we will wait years to get it. Thank you, EHL. Let's continue on with the interview.
I think the highlight of the fair, because I've seen a lot of watches, is this.
Yeah.
This is the craziest thing.
I like to go a little bit out of the box. And I thought about this because it's quite nice also. This piece came from an idea from our trainee at Patek who was working with the apprentice. And one day he came to me a few years ago and he said, Mr. Stern, do you allow me to propose the watch for the trainee, because they have to do a final work? And he said, they had an idea to make a pocket watch Nautilus on a stand, who is with a kind of gyroscope stand. Mm-hmm. And this will be their work as a final trainee.
Wow. So in other words, the idea for this watch that kind of sits up on a table stand in a way, and also serves as a pocket watch, came from a trainee that was working under an apprentice at Patek Philippe. That's a very cool story.
To yes, why not? And the target was to finish it and to offer it to my dad. So I said, but why not? It's cool for the kids, they're going to have to work on that. So I say yes. And a year later, they finalize the project. I look at it. And this watch is in my father's office. And they gave it to him.
Wow.
And I always enjoyed it. I say, well, that's a cool one. So this idea didn't came from me at all.
Yeah.
This came from young kids.
See, it's a team effort. It's a team effort. It came from the kids, came from the young kids.
At Patek who had the pleasure to have a brainstorming and who decided to do something like that.
That's amazing.
The only thing I was changing is the movement. I took the 8 days movement, who seems quite logical for a table clock like this.
Yeah.
As you can see, I mentioned table clock because, yes, it's a pocket watch.
Very smart. He put it's a table clock. That makes sense. And he decided, listen, for a clock like this, let's put a longer power reserve movement in it. So he took the 8-day movement and put it in, which actually makes a lot of sense. I am pleasantly surprised by Thierry's product design chops here.
Like this.
Yeah.
As you can see, I mentioned table clock because, yes, it's a pocket watch, but it's slightly bigger. So the diameter is very big, but it's a beautiful table clock. There's a system also to hold it in place.
Mm-hmm.
And I must say that on your desk, you can match pretty
Dang,
well.
that'd be
8
awesome.
days. Imagine if you had this. Now I'm going to help the other one.
Awesome to have that on anyone's desk.
If you had this with a little wake-up call or a consonnerie or whatever, you could do something amazing with it.
Yeah, so only 100 pieces for the world.
Only 100 pieces.
Only 100 pieces. Now that is going to be collectible.
And this has also a baguette, some nice baguette on the dial, and I think it's really a very cool piece. Like you say, that was a very big surprise.
Yeah.
None of the client expected to have something like this.
I can promise you that.
This is also the beauty of Patek.
Ooh, what is Ben with another dig there? I can promise you that. Like Thierry says, like I don't think anybody expected that, and Ben goes, I can promise you that. Like, ooh, another Ben is vicious attacks.
Like you say, that was a very big surprise.
Yeah.
None of the client expected to have something like this.
I can promise you that.
This is also the beauty of Patek. Always go where the other one will not maybe wait you. It's like Christmas. I have to surprise you, and it's not easy.
Surprises, baby.
So on the
Surprise
totally
us.
other end of the spectrum, right?
Yeah.
I mean, these are really just time only. There's not even time and date. Then we have a split-second perpetual calendar, 5204, brand new dial.
Boom.
So what prompted a
lot of people like the look of this one. They like the very sporty look of it. Whenever you throw, first of all, the blue dial is always very attractive. And then when you throw elements of red, splashes of red on it, it connotes like a racing vibe or a sporty vibe. So the fact that you have a chronograph with red chronograph hands, and you put that kind of strap on it with that bright red contrast stitching, it's going to be perceived as a kind of a sportier, feistier variant of the perpetual calendar chronograph. This again is the 5204, and it's a split-second chronograph. So that pusher in the middle, the crown, activates a split-second chronograph.
second perpetual calendar, 5204, brand new dial? So what prompted a new dial?
The 5204, you know it very well. It's also one of our nicest models. I think the movement is just amazing. And my idea was a little bit to see today how could I make it slightly younger. And it's not easy. It's easy to say, make something younger. Mm-hmm. Now imagine you have a white sheet and you have to work on that. What do you do? So it's always the challenge for me. But when we started, we were doing a lot of study on different color, and very quickly we came back to the blue color, who is an easy one to wear, and maybe because also Nautilus is there. And I mean, in every brand, there's none of them who doesn't have a blue dial. Yeah. For sure.
Start with the blue. Start with the blue dial first. Leo says they stole that design from the Tudor Red Bull Pelagos chronograph. Wishful thinking, Leo. Wishful thinking. They did not steal it. Listen, blue dials matter, guys. Blue dials matter. They didn't steal it. It's kind of a ubiquitous thing to start with the blue dial.
back to the blue color, who is an easy one to wear, and maybe because also Nautilus is there. And I mean, in every brand, there's none of them who doesn't have a blue dye, that's for sure. So that's what the objective. We started with the blue dye, easy. And then we started to design different ID, how to make it young. And it was not easy.
How to make it young. I'm guessing that's where like the red, maybe the red comes in to make it, and that strap with the red stitching to make it just a little more casual, sporty. I don't know if I'd say young, but definitely sporty.
Started to design different ID, how to make it young. And it was not easy at all. We had maybe 20 drawings until we could find, I would say, the finalized prototype in one sense. Mm-hmm. And this is how we came with this watch. It's also very interesting to see that the strap is totally new also, We used to to have a beautiful crocodiles or alligator strap on those type of pieces. And now you're coming with much more modern texture, something with also waterproof, something that was quite cool also to see with a stitching with red.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Smart move to make it must be tough for a company that makes traditional dress watches to make that pivot from alligator, which is very conservative, very old school, to some of these more modern looks for the strap. Some would argue more casual looking. You're spending, $200,000-$300,000 for a watch, and then for it to come with like out of the gate with a casual strap. It's definitely a change in design philosophy. So kudos to them for actually doing it.
It's pretty well, also with the hands. And for me, I think it's quite a nice one because the success has been there, as I have seen the younger generation saying, that's a really cool watch, I like it. And I didn't see them before.
Right.
Even the green one was a cool one, but for example,
I like how he casually describes them as this is a cool one. Like, the other one was a cool one too, but this is another cool one. And the young people like this one. I mean, I don't know how many young people he's talking to. I can imagine that younger customers, would like blue and red. I guess makes sense.
Right.
Even the green one.
Yeah. They probably don't know how much it costs though. Split second chronograph, perpetual calendar. Ouch.
Was a cool one, but for example, my son didn't flash for the green one, but when he saw this one, he said, "That's a cool one."
Now, does he get to wear one of these on the weekend?
Nope.
Nope.
Say, that's a cool one.
Now, does he get to wear one of these on the weekend?
Nope.
What is
Not yet. He's too young. No.
Too young. He's too young to wear something like that.
No, he's wearing a Calatrava, so
we'll get there.
Oh, that's it. That's Terry. That's Terry pushing back on Ben. No, he wears like our bread and butter product, the Calatrava, what we are known for, a classic dress watch. Ben, not some flashy, sporty model. Yeah, Terry's giving it back as good as he's getting it. I'm Team Terry on this one.
No. No, he's wearing a Calatrava, so
we'll get there someday.
He'll get there someday. Oh, that was like a direct insult of his son. Oh, that didn't come across well at all. That seemed like a fucking sharp knife in the back. What? Let's analyze the body language here.
No, he's wearing a Calatrava, so
we'll get there someday.
He'll get there someday. Ooh, oh man! And Terry is being very composed in this interview. No, he's wearing a Calatrava. As you should know, you should probably be wearing a Calatrava too. Anyway,
no, he's wearing a Calatrava, so
we'll get there someday. And so the 5204 is, along with the 5004.
Yeah.
These are, what everything's a real Patek, but these are really real Pateks, really complicated things. Would you say?
Finally a compliment. Finally a compliment from Ben Clymer. Wow.
That the style of these, we're finding a new generation of people that are interested in these types of watches?
Yeah, really. The surprise came really from the amount of people calling us already here at our Geneva store or through the retailers everywhere in the world. And they told me, you know, we have a new bunch of people who are really looking for this watch because they love the dial. And even, I mean, the collect.
Wow, new customers coming. This is why there's a disconnect between what we think as collectors and what the brands experience, because what they're seeing is that people are coming into the boutiques asking, and I can't imagine that it's a lot of people, but it's more than they anticipated, coming in asking about models that are extremely expensive. I mean, just to give you an idea, let's go to the new Patek Philippe perpetual calendar chronograph section. And here you can see the 4 new models. They without the gem set bezels, which is a kind of a thing that definitely appeals, is a much more broad-based appeal to remove the diamond bezels. Now you just have a perpetual calendar chronograph that comes in green, gray, blue, and red. And let's pull up the blue one here. This is not cheap. And there are perpetual calendars, pre-owned perpetual calendar chronographs, 5270s, that you can get for under 200,000, probably in the 160, 100, 180 range. These new are 249,000. 249,000. So if there are people coming in requesting this, that is a very good thing for Patek, because this is like one of those super high-end models, a grand complication, that if you keep it for 2 or 3 or 4 years, if you're thinking about buying it to, you're thinking about buying it, keeping it in the collection, then selling it, it's something that's going to be worth less later, because these are very, very expensive pieces. So this bodes well for Patek that new customers are coming in requesting this. Very, very good news.
Everywhere in the world. And they told me, you know, we have a new bunch of people who are really looking for this watch because they love the dial. And even, I mean, the collectors, a lot of them also enjoy this dial, but they're hesitating. They say, oh, Jesus, you know, I have all of them. Now you're still adding a new one who is so nice. What should I do? You know, and it's a complicated choice. You know, it's I don't know what to answer to that. You know, in one sense, I would say, don't buy it so I can have a few of them for the other one.
Yeah.
So in other words, there are a lot of people who have perpetual calendar chronographs already, that now that there's a kind of a new sporty variant without the diamonds on it, they're like, hey, I know I want the one without, I wish I would have waited and got this one. Well, too bad. So sad.
It's a complicated choice. I also enjoy this dial, but they're hesitating. They say, oh, Jesus, you know, I have all of them. Now,
in other words, yeah, I know why they're hesitating. This is $268,000, $249,000. Let's just say 250,000. Hold on a second. 5270p, $249,000. So yeah, I can understand why people who already have spent a fortune on Patek Philippe, they see a new variant and they're asked by their salespeople, well, do you want this one too? Like, well, geez, I'd like to get it, but I don't know. Mr. Tudor to use in the chat. What's up, Mr. Tudor to you? MD Chaz. So out of 100 people that walk into Patek, 99 ask for a Nautilus and 1 ask for that busy, lots of stuff on the face watch. Well, a lot of people, listen, that's how you weed out the true Patek collectors from the tire kickers. Someone comes in, asks for a Nautilus, you know they're a tire kicker. You know, someone comes in and says, listen, I want to start a journey. I want to collect Patek Philippe. You know exactly what to offer them, a classy dress watch. Thank you, MD Chaz, member of the channel.
Really looking for this watch because they love the dial. And even, I mean, the collectors, a lot of them also enjoy this dial, but they're hesitating. They say, "Oh Jesus, I have all of them now."
Guys, we have over 50 people watching. Let's get those upvotes up, guys. If you're watching right now, upvote the live stream. This is the original OC channel, Smartwatch Talk for the Smart Collector. Thanks for tuning in. I got over 50 people watching. Get those, click on that upvote button right now.
Yeah, still adding a new one who is so nice. What should I do? And it's a complicated choice. It's I don't know what to answer to that. In one sense, I would say, don't buy it so I can have.
In other words, I don't care. If you don't want to buy it, there are other people who will. There are plenty of new people who will buy it.
Have a few of them for the other one.
Yeah. And the 5270 as well, which we don't have here. You also have 3 new dials.
Yes, 3 new dials, different color.
Boom, look at that.
I added also there's a tachymetre on the dial.
Yeah. Wow, that's a weird pronunciation. So in the United States, we would say tachymeter. He says tachymeter.
I added also there's a tachymetre on the dial.
Tachymetre. Wow, I didn't know that's how you said it in French. Tachymetre.
I added also there's a tachymetre on the dial.
Yeah, kind of
those
like
type of watches but they will not stay long in the collection.
No?
Oh, he's breaking news here. They will not stay long in the collection. That's actually a very important. That is actually breaking news. When Patek Philippe CEO Thierry says something like, "Hey, these new perpetual calendars, these 5270Ps, will not be in the collection long." That is his way of signaling, like, "Hey, don't worry. If you buy this watch, we will make sure that it gets discontinued quickly. So only you have a chance to get. If you get offered this watch, you may be one of very few people that gets offered the watch." That's a very, very smart strategy.
Type of watches but they will not stay long in the collection.
No,
those type of watches I think are not made to stay too long. I would like them also to be still wear. At Patek we are very concerned also about not only the beauty and the aesthetic and the precision and of all the watch, but
not only do we care about all of that stuff, but we also care about, I know what he's going to say because he said this in many, many interviews. We care about making these watches collectible and kind of protecting the customers who invest in Patek Philippe. Our family of customers by making sure that we're not producing a gazillion of them and having the secondary prices fall. I know how Thierry's
to be
thinking here.
At Patek, we are very concerned also about not only the beauty and the aesthetic and the precision and of all the watch, but also about the value and the rarity of our product. Yeah. I need to protect my customer and I need to protect the collection. To do that, of course, rarity is one of the essential move. The less
this is why he's CEO, because he takes care of the customer.
Aesthetic and the precision and of all the watch, but also about the value and the rarity of our product. Yeah. I need to protect my customer and I need to protect the collection. To do that, of course, rarity is one of the essential move. The less pieces you will have, the more valuable your collection will be. Yeah. So I'm not willing only to manipulate that, because you can say it's a kind of manipulation, but rarity was always part of Patek. So if you like those type of watch.
Rarity, guys. Rarity has been always, let's listen to that part again because it's very, very important.
At Patek, we are very concerned also about not only the beauty and the aesthetic and the precision and of all the watch, but also about the value and the rarity of our product. Yeah. I need to protect my customer and I need to protect the collection. To do that, of course, rarity is one of the essential move. The less pieces you will have, the more valuable your collection will be.
Yeah. Nice.
So I'm
well done.
Not willing only to manipulate that, because you can say it's a kind of manipulation, but rarity was always part of Patek. So
exclusivity and rarity is part of owning Patek Philippe. And they're not, that is, I know this interview was taped several weeks ago, but if he were having this conversation today, this is a direct slap in the face of what Audemars Piguet has been doing. They want pieces they want the brand to be more accessible. They want the brand to be less exclusive. And that's why many AP collectors have been expressing some displeasure over the recent months in the direction of the brand. I happen to support a lot of the moves that the company is making. I'm not a big fan of this recent collaboration with Swatch. I don't agree that the brand should be more accessible. I don't think that the brand should be less exclusive. I think conversely, AP should become more exclusive and weed out some of the weird elements that have become part of their customer base, and really focus on rewarding and catering to their VIP customers and their loyal customers, their big fan base, not this new crop of so-called collectors.
Yeah, if you like those type of watches, I wouldn't wait too long.
And so
So in other words, it's probably gonna be around 1 or 2 years max.
It's a kind of manipulation, but
you
rarity was always part of Patek. So yeah, if you like those type of watches, I wouldn't wait too long.
And so you keep track of, or somebody keeps track of, secondhand pricing on most.
Of course, yes.
Oh, that's a good question. Someone tracks secondhand pricing. Well, of course we monitor it. Interesting.
You keep track of, or somebody keeps track of, secondhand pricing on most.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
No, this is something we know since always. As you know, we have our museum. We are also buying ourselves some vintage watches. So we are not only keeping track of the auction, but also of all what happened around the world with the secondhand market, definitively. Yeah. I cannot control everything, but I have a lot of information.
So one of my favorite watches you make.
So he doesn't say like we want to see our watches go over retail, but he doesn't want to protect the values. And they have access to information, so they know what watches are selling at what prices. So that helps inform their strategy.
Is this?
That's funny.
I love the inline perpetual. Only you guys do it. Kind of a
Ooh, the new inline perpetual. That's the, I believe, 5236. This is one of my favorite models. When I first started getting into the hobby, it was available in blue, and then they introduced a salmon a couple of years ago, and they ran the blue concurrently with the salmon. Now they have introduced, I think it's like a vertical gray striation. I think the color looks particularly good on this model. I think the overall colorway suits this model very, very nicely.
48 case with a new dial.
Well, this one was what is funny is I like it, but at the beginning I say no.
Why?
Because I had the doubts, and we were like talking about it at Creation. You know, at Creation we are not a lot of people. There's only 4 people, 4 of us working.
Wow, he didn't like it. That's refreshing to hear that he actually didn't like the watch at the beginning.
On the Creation side, and 3 of them were agree. And me, I wasn't agreed too much.
He doesn't. This is super refreshing to hear. I love this candid Thierry Stern. You know, this Ben Clymer has been throwing slings and arrows at him the whole time, and he's handled it with calm and intelligence and composure. And here he is, kind of being vulnerable, like saying, you know what, this particular watch, I wasn't a huge fan. I had to be convinced. There are 4 people that are in charge of design, and 3 of the people really like this, and I didn't really love it. I'm loving this.
There's only 4 people, 4 of us working on the Creation side, and 3 of them were agree, and me, I wasn't agreed too much. I don't know, something wasn't right for me, and I said, listen, I'm not so sure. Let's finish.
Wow, not so sure. It'd be fascinating to see how they came around and actually decided to make it. Mikey's in the chat, member for 18 months. He is a senior consultant, guys. Shout out to Mikey for all his loyal support for the past 18 months. Let me drop the link to the memberships in the chat. Guys, please become a member if you're not a member now. If you're a member already, Follow in Mikey's footsteps and upgrade your membership to senior consultant. I really, really do appreciate it. Evening OC and crew enjoying this one. Thierry does what he wants. He is Patek Philippe. The big Patek collectors clearly get well looked after by Patek CEO Thierry Stern. That is my feeling. That's my sense, is that he does go out of his way to look after them and to care about them as collectors. Huge shout out to Thierry Stern. He's handled this interview very, very well, actually. A lot of composure, a lot of retrospect, discussion, a lot of thoughtful analysis. Ben, on the other hand, he's okay, but he's not been super respectful in some ways in the questioning. But I agree with Mikey here. I agree with Mikey. Guys, become a member. Upgrade your memberships. Upgrade your memberships. Thanks, Mikey. I really appreciate the 18 months of loyalty and support. Got Brody in the chat, the head of the Los Angeles crew. He's a moderator. He's a member. Patek Philippe is a high horology watch manufacturer. It uses over 50 different calibers in its current collection, as opposed to Audemars Piguet, which just makes beautiful men's bracelets. That's the difference between a company, a brand with a lot of diverse collections. They have Calatrava and lots of different styles. They have complications. They have weekly calendars, annual calendars, perpetual calendars, chronographs, perpetual calendar chronographs, minute repeaters, alarms. They have all kinds of incredible complications. And that's just in some of the watches. Then they have sporty watches. Yeah, Patek Philippe is very diverse. And you can see why Audemars Piguet is struggling. I mean, it's not just the crazy collaborations and the weird woke marketing, but I don't want to talk about Jizz Club and what he's done, how he's taken the brand further down a rat hole. But then, of course, this collaboration with Swatch, which was the rollout has been completely mismanaged. AP has been silent on the issue, completely silent. No statements from AP. And you would think that AP, who's, positions itself as a leader of social change and social justice, would have commented on the chaos and anarchy that we've seen in the streets as a result of this product launch. But no statement yet from AP. Thank you, Brody, for your comment. Back to the interview with Patek Philippe CEO Thierry Stern.
Finish it, and we will see. So I was waiting, then because I only had the dial, and
Right.
Then I said, okay, let's put the hands, let's put it in the case, have a look. Once it was in the case, I say, okay, yes, it does look nice now, because the reflection is better and everything can be really seen.
Everything. Now, this is a bigger watch. It's in platinum as well. And this is very, very expensive. Let me see here. This is a 52. There's a time where I didn't even know my Patek reference numbers, but now, believe it or not, I know them. Isn't that crazy? So here we have the salmon. Here's the original blue, and here's the new one. And it's amazing how that strap really makes it look sportier and more versatile. 5236 in platinum. I'm absolutely gorgeous. Manual wind, and it is $156,000. $156,000. When I first got into the hobby, that watch was selling in secondary for about $75,000, and now new, it's over $150,000. Ouch! It's expensive, very expensive, but it's a gorgeous interpretation. I'm glad that Thierry was convinced to launch it.
it does look nice now because the reflection is better and everything can be really seen, you know. That's why when you are a creative person, never, and everything can be really, yes, it does look nice now because the reflection is better and everything can be really
I love that. That's very subtle gradient.
seen, you know. That's why when you are a creative person, never finalize your choice with just a sample. You have to put it in place, put it in the case for the watch, have a sapphire back because the sapphire on the top, because the color will change, the reflection will change. So when everything was done, I say, okay, let's do it.
Let's go.
Now I must say I agree with you. It's quite a cool watch.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a
I like how he casually refers to things as a cool watch. I like that. By the way, Vimal has a comment in the chat. He says, I recently learned the small diamond on the case is for platinum. What a cool feature to distinguish it from white gold. That's true. And every single platinum watch that Patek Philippe has with a platinum case has a little diamond. Overwhelming majority of them are at the 6 o'clock, but I think there's one model that has it at the 9 o'clock. But usually you look right down there and you see that small diamond there. It's just it's a nice little touch to show that it's platinum, to remind the wearer, when they look at it on the wrist, like, yep, I paid for platinum, baby. Leo in the chat, they stole that gradient from the AP Offshore. Leo, they didn't steal anything. This is Patek Philippe. They innovate. They don't steal. And Tobister McDonaghy, this Thierry Stern interview is mind-numbingly boring. It's not boring. This is boring. This channel is dedicated to boring watch talk. Tobister, you should know that. We do nothing but boring watch talk. We don't have panels full of trolls. We don't have panels full of fake characters. We just have real boring watch talk. Thank you, Tobister, for the comment. Let's continue on with the extremely boring interview with Thierry Stern.
And again, on the textile strap there.
Yeah, and that's also, again, it's coming more and more, those type of strap. I saw the evolution of the strap was quite funny. I started with lizard, then alligator, and now then we are also composites, calf, and now those type of straps. So the evolution is quite interesting.
Yeah. See, if he were old and stodgy and stuck in his ways, he would say, no, we want the watches to be on alligator, only alligator, because that's the Patek Philippe way. No, he's not. He's like, he listens, he learns. He's like, listen, we're gonna keep the watches fresh. We're gonna make them modern. We're gonna make them sporty and casual and youthful. We're gonna adapt with the times, and it's paid off because the watches look great.
This is the third dial. I think it's a very nice one. We started with the blue, then you had the salmon, and then this one.
Yeah,
it's a lovely watch, like you say. But the movement is also fantastic. It's one of the most successful of the fair. I agree. I see that from that's what retailers are telling me.
Yeah, no, and you believe them. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. What is that? What is it?
That's that's what retailers are telling me.
Yeah, no, and you believe them. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. that was a joke, to be clear. Yeah.
That's, again, Thierry being playful there, but Ben, his comment was kind of I'm not sure if his comment was intended as a joke or not.
Yeah, no, and you believe them. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. that was a joke, to be clear. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just all right. I think both sides are happy that it was interpreted as a joke.
Yeah, no, and you believe them. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. that was a joke, to be clear. Yeah. And then finally, we have a perpetual count.
They're probably it's like under their breath. It's like they both don't believe the retailers. I don't believe anything they tell me. That's funny.
Yeah, that's that's what retailers are telling me.
Yeah, no, and you believe them. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. that was a joke, to be clear. Yeah. And then finally, we have a perpetual calendar, Cubitus.
Yeah, alors since the beginning, I always...
Ooh, the perpetual calendar. This is the Venetian blind Cubitus. Hey, SE's in the chat. Leo stole his first name from DiCaprio. Hey, that is Leo DiCaprio in the chat. So we can't... Listen, Leo keeps it real, but we appreciate all celebrities who are in the chat. This one is a little bit of a polarizing one, I'll be honest. This is the new Venetian blind perpetual calendar Cubitus, and it doesn't look that great in pictures. It looks much better in person. Looks much better on the wrist. So guys, put it on the wrist before you make a judgment.
Said when we launched the Cubitus, I was saying to people, well, but the beast.
Now, by the way, one of the criticisms of the Cubitus in the beginning was that it didn't have a square, like some of all of the models up until now didn't have a square movements. Here we go, like boom, square movement. So like that criticism has been allayed. They actually created a very special square. I'm not sure if I'd call it open work, or it looks like just the base plates are kind of skeletonized, right? Like the base plates just have that Nautilus, those horizontal Nautilus style cutouts, the Patek Nautilus lines on the front dial and in the back of the movement on the base plate on these plates. So it creates kind of a skeletonization effect, kind of an open worked effect.
Finally, we have a perpetual calendar Cubitus.
Yeah, since the beginning, I always said.
By the way, the diamond.
Finally,
the diamond on the Cubitus
perpetual calendar Cubitus
is actually a diamond baguette. So this is the only model, I believe, that they felt that because the Cubitus is rectangular, that instead of doing a brilliant cut diamond on the case, they actually do a diamond baguette at the 6 o'clock, which is super cool. It's a nice little nod, nice little touch on the Cubitus.
Since the beginning, I always said when we launched the Cubitus, I was saying to people, well, but the beast is not there. This was my beast.
The beast? Is that what you're saying? The beast?
I was saying to people, well, but the beast is not there.
I'm not sure. What is he saying? Is he saying peace or beast? I'm not quite sure. By the way, something I wanted to say about the Cubitus. Cubitus has been very, very successful. I mean, the models go for over retail. And I saw a guy wearing one, an older gentleman on Fifth Avenue a couple of weeks ago wearing one, short sleeve shirt with a vest. And he looked very preppy, like he would belonged on Martha's Vineyard or whatever. And he was rocking a steel Cubitus on the wrist. It looked like money. It looked like money. I think they've done a really good job. I know that Thierry Stern has said that he wanted the watches to go to younger people at the outset. And then the retailers complained. They said, no, we can't give it to younger customers. We can't give it to first-time customers. There are a lot of customers who are loyal, and we have to give it to loyal, long-time customers. They're asking for it. They want, because they know it's going to be rare. They know that this is going to be made in limited numbers.
The Cubitus, I was saying to people, well, but the beast is not there. This was my beast because.
The thing I wanted to say was that Thierry has also said that he has a 15-year roadmap for the Cubitus already mapped out. So I think he said in interviews that they already know exactly what they're doing all the way to 2039. So their product roadmap, I mean, there's like a very long-term vision for Patek Philippe, and he's already in his mind. He already knows all the models that are going to come out over between the launch, which was October 2024, all the way through to 2039. So the stewardship of the Cubitus line and Patek Philippe is safe in the hands of CEO Thierry Stern. Hey, Father Artifact in the chat, member for 19 months. Hey, OC, nothing better than the cross and the crown. I've got the crown on the wrist, the Rolex Day Date and Platinum. Today we're covering the new interview by Hodinkee's Ben Clymer with Patek Philippe CEO Thierry Stern. We are the first to cover it. This dropped a couple hours ago, and of course, boom, we launched a live stream. We've been analyzing it ever since. The swatch stuff, we've analyzed it to death. AP, we don't really want to talk about swatching. We've seen all the videos. We've seen all the chaos. We've seen the hoodlums and the criminal elements, become a part of chaos and lawlessness in the course of the rollout of the Swatch product. It's been disheartening and disappointing, to say the least. And there's blood on their hands. How about that? Thank you, Father Artifact. Appreciate it. Let's see. Let's keep going. This is the new perpetual calendar Cubitus.
It was the first one ever done in terms of Cubitus. But
This was the first.
the first one, yeah, that was my first idea to have a
Oh, well, we're learning new stuff here. So the first Cubitus that he wanted to do, the first Cubitus that he actually designed, was a perpetual calendar.
Cubitus. This was my beast because it was the first one ever done in terms of Cubitus. But
This was the first.
the first one, yeah, that was my first idea to have a Cubitus perpetual calendar like this one. But I decided not to launch it right away because I didn't want to launch already a complicated movement. There was no sense for me in terms of strategy.
Wow. That gives you a sense of kind of the long-term thinking. Imagine having a watch already ready to go, and he says, "Yeah, let's just hold on to it. Let's not do it. I mean, let's. It's too complicated. Let's launch simpler models first." I mean, other companies wouldn't, that spent, millions of dollars on R&D designing a watch, would have said, "Listen, we got to put this out. We got to recoup our investment." Terry's like, "Nah, we'll launch it later. We have a roadmap. Let's come out with these other models first." Love it.
To do that. So I put it on the. I decided not to launch it right away because I didn't want to launch already a complicated movement. There was no sense for me in terms of strategy to do that. So I put it on the side and we started with all the other one. Now it was time to launch this one. I think it's quite a beautiful one. I was reading some comments about people saying, why did he open the dial?
Yep. So he hears the criticism. He can hear the criticism in pictures. They're like, why did you open it up and allow the movement to be seen through the dial? And I can understand on the back, doing those horizontal cutouts, in Nautilus style cutouts on the back to show more of the movement. But why did you do it in the front? He's not immune to the feedback and to the conversation.
Some comments about people saying, why did he open the dial? I don't know who wrote it, but your comments are right also. It could be very nice with a full...
Wow. Holy shit. This is a very humble Terry Stern. He says, listen, your comments are right. In other words, we could have, in retrospect, we maybe could have launched this just as with a regular dial. Your comments are right also, he said. It could be very nice with a full plane. Let's see what he says here.
I don't know who wrote it, but your comments are right also. It could be very nice with a full plain dial. But from...
Could be very nice with a full plain dial. So, I mean, that's... For Terry, this is surprisingly... what's another word for humble? Accommodating. He's very willing to listen to feedback. I mean, there are other times where he's been... I mean, listen... Don't get me wrong. He's had plenty of I's, me's, and my's in this interview. I did this. I did that. My idea to do this. My idea to do that. For me, I did this. I get it. But he's been uncharacteristically introspective. And it sounds like he listens. He listens to the feedback.
About people saying, why did he open the dial? I don't know who wrote it, but your comments are right also. It could be very nice with a full plain dial. But for me, the idea was also to go a little bit further, to see something more creative and a little bit more aggressive, but still with a story about Patek in the back. So when you're, actually not only in the back, but when you look at the dial, you can see that something happened with the movement in between. Yeah. When you are turning the watch, you can see that the movement also it's a kind of skelet, but it's not a real skelet. A real skelet, if you're really willing to see one, have a look to the 5180. This is...
So he's saying it's not, they didn't think of it as in terms of a skeleton dial. What you're seeing on the screen here is what his interpretation of what a full skeleton dial looks like.
The real skeleton for me. This is an animation of a skeleton watch. So don't get me wrong when I say I like it, but I will never tell you this is a real skeleton. It's a great animation. It's something new. It's something modern. And I'm pretty sure this will have a...
So he's not positioning it as a skeleton. He's positioning it just as a fun, quirky dial.
Great animation is something new. It's something modern. And I'm pretty sure this will have a fantastic life. I mean, this product is really beautiful. When I say this product, I don't like to say that. I feel like the...
He said this product. Oh, that's funny.
It's something modern. and I'm pretty sure this will have a fantastic life. I mean, this product is really beautiful. When I say this product, I don't like to say that. I feel like the McDonald's guy, you know, and it's not like this. No.
Oh man, he referenced the McDonald's CEO, referring to the big arch as a product. Oh, this is a really good product. Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Fantastic life. I mean, this product is really beautiful. When I say this product, I don't like.
That's funny that he caught himself. It's good that he caught himself. This is Terry being actually pretty funny and likable. I've never seen. I was about to say I've never seen an interview with Terry Stern where he's funny and likable, but get in trouble if I say that. But he's uncharacteristically open, and he is being very funny and witty and dare I say likable in this interview.
Animation is something new. It's something modern. And I'm pretty sure this will have a fantastic life. I mean, this product is really beautiful. When I say this product, I don't like to say that. I feel like the McDonald's guy, you know, and it's not like this. No.
Yeah.
My watch is a beautiful one.
Yeah. And first time.
My watch is a beautiful product.
And it's not like this. No.
Yeah.
My watch is a beautiful one.
Yeah. And first time Cubitus has a square movement as well.
First time.
Oh,
yeah.
There we go.
Maybe not the last one.
Okay.
It was good. Hey, Ben brought up a good point. That's a good point. They were about to skip over that. Good job, Ben. Got to give Ben kudos when he comes through with something important.
But this is also what we have.
Oh,
to
what
do
did he
at
say?
Patek.
What did he say?
Yeah. And first time Cubitus has a square movement as well.
First time, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not the last one.
Okay.
Oh, maybe not the last one. So another hint. Terry Stern with another hint. So there will be more Cubitus models, more Cubitus models, more Cubiti with rectangular movements. That's breaking news as well.
This has a square movement as well.
First time, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not the last one.
Okay.
But this is also what we have to do at Patek.
Very, very good. Very, very informative.
It's a beautiful one.
Yeah. And first time Cubitus has a square movement as well.
First time, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not the last one.
Okay.
But this is also what we have to do at Patek. Go from one side to the other one.
Yeah.
Find an automat and a watch, or do a Cubitus, or have a beautiful Calatrava.
Okay. So last question. If you could take one of these watches home for your personal collection to wear every day, which one would it be? And it can be from the whole collection this year.
Ooh, that's a good question. Which one, if you could have any one of the new watches released this year, which one would it be? Let's see. I think he's going to choose the split second. He's probably going to choose a split second chronograph, right? Because it's probably one of the most expensive ones, like the split second chronograph. It's grand complication. It's new, modern, fresh, sporty Patek. Let's see what he says.
The automaton, the repeater.
I would take the minute repeater.
Yeah.
7047. Yeah.
Ooh, the minute. Forgot about that one for a second there. The AutoZone minute repeater. Man, they nailed this one. The blue. I'm not a huge fan of orange. Normally, I don't like orange, but this one they definitely nailed. They took the AutoZone. This is really blows your mind, doesn't it? They took the AutoZone and turned it into a $500,000 minute repeater. Let me find it. Let me find it and pull it up, because it looks absolutely stunning on the website. Boom. Check this out. This is Brody reinterprets Ben Clymer's question here. Which of your children do you love the most? Ben was he wasn't snarky in his tone, and he wasn't snarky in his demeanor, but his questions were very pointed. You notice that? Like, Oh, it's been a big year for Patek this year. Like all the other years don't matter. Oh yeah, but this year you're launching the Nautilus. Man, Ben tried to land some digs against our beloved Terry Stern, but they didn't land. Terry jockeyed, he parried, and some other fencing terms. He dodged, parried, and whatever, swayed, and none of them landed. But this is the 7047G. It's in white gold. It's a minute repeater. They took the AutoZone, which is the Calatrava 6007. They removed the date. So they kind of, in a way, fixed the dial. And by fixed, I mean they made it more symmetrical. Symmetry is something that I am a big fan of. Very cool symmetry here. Blue dial, splashes of orange contrast stitching on the strap, and made it a full minute repeater. And if you're interested in this watch, no problem. It can be yours for only $572,000. $572,000. That is absolutely insane. But look how good it looks. And I've seen this in the flesh. It looks fantastic. Look at how big the micro rotor is. It's kind of like a medium-sized rotor. This is a very, very cool watch. Patek deserves a lot of credit for this. Who's going to buy this? $570,000. Let's see what he says.
On the repeater.
I would take the minute repeater.
Yeah.
7047. Yeah. Because it's a funny one. I'm very classical. My favorite watch is the 5970, so very classical. But
he's very classical. I think what he means is he's very what's another word that I think he's very conservative. I think that's what he means by classical. Like, I'm very conservative.
I'm very classical. My favorite watch is the 5970, so very classical. But the new minute repeater is pretty
traditional.
Cool,
I think what he means is traditional conservative.
5970, so very classical. But the new minute repeater is pretty cool, I must say, because you don't look at it as a minute repeater.
Yeah.
And the people are disturbed. I see that today. They look at it.
People are disturbed. Maybe he's been looking at the lines outside the Swatch stores. And listen, when I look at those lines, I say people are disturbed.
Repeater. Yeah. And the people are disturbed. I see that today. They look at it and say, okay, it's a minute repeater. Is it really a Patek? Is it really a minute repeater?
No, they look at the price and they go, is it really $570,000? Because it looks like the $40,000 AutoZone that we were critical of, that people, some fairly or unfairly, criticized just 3 or 4 years ago. And now Terry said, oh yeah, well, we're going to turn it into a minute repeater.
Yes, it is real. The dial looks very young, but it's such a complicated dial. And I like the watch, to be frank, yeah, because it
is. It's a hit. Visually, it's a very, very attractive watch. Got Loom Pearl in the chat. What's up, Loom Pearl? Member of the channel. I respect the minute repeater complication, but the 7047 AutoZone is fugly. Oh, I kind of like it. I kind of like how Terry Stern took the AutoZone and turned it into a minute repeater. And I think it's by removing the date and making it blue with I'm not a big fan of the blue and orange. Blue and orange isn't my jam. It ain't my jam, but it definitely is very youthful and sporty. I think it's cool. Thank you, Loom Pearl, who's a member of the channel. Leo is also a member, says, do you think Ben calls it the AutoZone? I don't know. I don't think he would call it the AutoZone in front of Terry Stern, but we created that nickname on the live stream. Wow. I wouldn't call it the AutoZone in front of Terry Stern. That's for sure. I think this interview is just about over. Let's
But it's
hear
such a
the end of
complicated
it.
dial. And I like the watch, to be frank, yeah. Because it's a non-show-off watch in one sense that you don't feel that you
Nah, it's not showy at all. It's just a $570,000 minute repeater.
have a minute repeater on your wrist. Not like this, for example, a lovely one. I love it also. Enamel dial, split second. But this is art. The minute repeater, it's about sound. So I can mix new generation of design with a beautiful sound. For me, it doesn't affect me. I think you have to explore every field. Since I was young, my dad always told us that, raise up the whole collection together. Don't focus only on one.
My dad always told me. My dad told me, raise up the whole collection.
I think you have to explore every field. Since I was young, my dad always told us that, raise up the whole collection together. Don't focus only on one.
There you go. There you go. The interview, the Hodinkee interview with Patek Philippe CEO Thierry Stern. And there it is. We brought it to you first with live analysis from all the watch experts. Well, watch expert T and Tickers was on, but he didn't stay to analyze the interview. What should we pivot to something next, or should we let you go? What do you think? You guys want to talk about it? We'll do live Q&A for 3 minutes. If you have any questions, type in a comment in the chat. Type in your question. Otherwise, I'll let you guys head off and enjoy the rest of your evening or your afternoon. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one. Make sure you upvote the live stream. Upvote the live stream on the way out. Upgrade your memberships, guys. Peace out. Have a great night.